What's up, guys? So today I have a game for you here on Armory. I took 1 into Charge and 2 into Flame Breath, and if you notice that I took Feeding Speed. So I've been working on a couple of maps, specifically 4 as of right now. I have Barracks, Rendering Plant, Distillery, and Armory that I've worked on. Specific paths that can get me an evolution before the hunters can catch up to me, like as they're dropping. So for timings on this, you're looking for evolutions around the 1 minute and 15-second mark, and you have to create some distance while you're doing that run. So Armory is probably one of the easiest and one of the best for it, and I'll kind of show you the path that I work on. It's different every time. There seems to be about 3 to 5 different wildlife spawns, but it's just the placement. The wildlife kind of still usually is there. It's just, I mean, it could be slightly different depending on if there's a buff spawned or not, but for the most part, the wildlife is in the general area, so if you run a specific path, you should be okay. So on this one, Armory specifically, you actually don't get control of your monster for a couple of seconds here. You'll notice that as soon as the reticle comes in, that's when you can start leaping. So I mean, you have like WASD control, but you can't leap until your reticle comes up. So there's the reticle. I do 2 jumps, one over to here, then one over to these 3 bodies that are down, as you can see right here. Eat these 3 bodies quickly, and I start looking for striders down in here. So I look for kind of a group of 2 to 3 is usually what I'm going for. There was 3 there. Unfortunately, I didn't get all 3, but I did get an obsidian grub. And then I follow along this path. Sometimes there's like 4 reavers that you can kill. It looks like there's only a couple here, and the spawn there was kind of unfortunate for me as well, trying this build. It's still in the early stages. I'm still working on this path and everything. But, you know, I end up finding 3 more striders down here, and this is kind of the path that I take. So you can see, with feeding speed, I don't know exactly what the timer is. I'll look at it when I start to evolve, but you can see that as soon as I jump over this cliff, use my last traversal just to create a little bit more distance. It was 1:06 when I started it, so at the end of the evolution, it's probably going to be about 1:20. So this is a little bit slower of a run than I was practicing before. I did it solo at first, so I was just practicing against bots, just to see what path I could take, see where the wildlife spawned and stuff like that. And so from here on out, I have to create some distance, and like I said, this is one of my early tests, so it's a little rocky. I saw the buff there, I didn't want them to get poison bullets, so I decided to eat there. Normally I would jump straight to these 3 bodies down here and get a little bit of armor, but because I stopped for that buff, they actually caught up to me fairly quickly, and I got domed here. I was trying to get out of it. I got caught on that rock. I may have been able to dodge it, but it was really close. So if I hadn't stopped for that buff, I would have been fine. So I'm half armor, not ideal, but I am stage 2. If I give up a little bit of health just for my stage up, it's okay. It's not like the worst thing in the world. So I'll probably play a little bit of a dome run strategy here. Try to eat inside of the dome as well. With feeding speed, it's especially good. So I was kind of hoping that the Hank would look to the other way and not actually shoot me. Didn't get that lucky. So I'm taking health damage now. That's a good Griffin Harpoon as I jumped. Pretty good on that. And I see a couple striders over here that it looks like I can possibly eat, so I'm going for it. So I get like 2 armor back in me here. I'm trying to scare off the assault so I can eat a little bit more. Unfortunately, I didn't quite get it. Although it looked like on my screen I did finish off one of the meat, but it was so close that I probably, the little bit of latency between the server, it didn't work out in my favor. So I mean, right now I'm just trying to bide my time, get the dome down. And so the dome goes down here, and now I'll make a run for it. I just want to armor up at this point. Good Griffin Harpoon. I was actually kind of waiting for it, but he wasn't launching it right away, so I started my charge. Griffin plus Val can be really deadly. It's one of those combos that if you get caught in a stage 1 dome and you're not prepared, the slow on Val and the Griffin Harpoon together, combined, makes it really difficult to get away if the Griffin knows what he's doing and actually harpoons you when you use traversals only. That's one of the combos that Val is really good at. So you can take Val, Hank, Griffin, and whoever you want. Probably Markov would be the best just because he's a little bit more defensive. And you'll want that when you have a Val. But getting away with a really quick evolution like that, with 1.5 bars isn't terrible, but you can definitely see where I could have gotten away from that had I not stopped for the buff or the 3 humans. And like I said, this is early testing, so I hadn't actually had that buff pop up and went for the humans yet. So in the future, if I see the buff, I'm going to skip those 3 colonists and just keep going a little bit farther to some striders down in the other corner. Whereas if the buff doesn't spawn, I can jump straight to those colonists. I don't have to stop to flame breath the venom hounds, and I'll be alright. So I would like to get to evolution ready for the next dome. I'm okay with taking a stage 2 fight. I would like to be evolution ready. I don't think I quite get it before the fight begins, but I need like 3 meat, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. I might actually get it right here. Yeah, so I need 2, so if I can get 1 down penalty, it would be evolution ready. Do I end up dodging the dome? No, I don't end up quite getting the dome dodge. But Val is overextended, so I can put all my focus towards Val, see if I can take her down. She does end up getting a Hank shield, and I get this stupid Goliath speed glitch, which is kind of annoying. So the Hank's doing a decent job, but he can't really let go that shield at any point, or else my auto attack will kill her. So as soon as his shield gets low enough, Val goes down. I can turn my attention to Hank now. Decent orbital. I was in the middle of a rock throw animation, so he had me locked up for a little while there. And I think I got Hank down. I'm not sure because he was cloaked. But I will go again on Val, take her down again. So I probably have like 2 or 3 strikes on priority targets, which is good. All right, Hank's back up. He does have a strike. I'll go after Trapper just because he's low, and I know Val's down, so there's no heals that are going to be coming. Missed my rock throw. So I'm taking a decent amount of damage, but I'm getting a good amount of strikes on priority targets, which is okay. And I can actually probably end the game here. I'm probably going to go for it, since there's only 2 people left. So let's go ahead and go on Assault now. Last one alive. See if I can get a pounce. Nope. And there we go. So you can see the strength of having a set plan and using feeding speed to get really, really fast evolutions. It's able to be done on quite a few maps. You just have to get the right pathing to get you far enough away where you can get that evolution. And it's really critical, like if a wildlife spawn doesn't go your way or wildlife AI doesn't go your way, it can throw the whole thing off, so be careful with that. But that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.